Yes, sir.
There's been a lot of discussion and concern about starting a new city when the job market, the entire business level is either at a slow growth or no growth level. Is it better to get a new city and new city council during a slow growth period or during an accelerated growth period?
I will tell you, when the city of Temecula incorporated, the citizens voted on December 1st, 1989. And if you remember,
Oh, man.
the 90s, things were really, really tough. And so when I first came to the city of Temecula, one of my responsibilities was budgeting. So I did the operating budget, the capital budget, I was the risk manager, I did all the insurance areas. And those are pretty dark times. And, you know, we were able to incorporate, we were able to ramp up, we were able to adopt budgets, create a general plan, do all of those things in a time when the economy was rough. There are good times and there are times that are difficult. And from a city's perspective, one of the beautiful things of having a city is local control. So you have elected officials who can make those decisions, set those priorities for the community, and you have decision-making ability. Like maybe we won't open Station 61 or close it down, or maybe we'll do this, or maybe you can do all that at the local level. So from my perspective, it is, there's no right time, there's no easy answer there. I don't know about your fiscal studies, I've seen a little bit in the paper, and I think you need to rely on the experts, because the people that do those studies, they're pretty darn good. And so if you want to go back and see what was stated in the actual annexation analysis, I think that's important. And they probably factored in some of the times we're going through right now, would be my guess. Other questions?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. As a new city, when you start out, and you're going to have a city manager, what would be a reasonable expectation of the salary paid for a city manager on a new city starting out?
That a competitive market salary for a city manager is between $150,000 and $200,000 is probably what you're looking for. There was an article in the paper just recently. Rick Dudley came to the city of Marietta, and his salary was published in the paper. And so, to get a city manager, a top-notch city manager, you're looking in that ballpark. And again, there are League of California State websites you can go on and see what what the market pays for those. But I will tell you, in the neighborhood of 150 to 200,000.
What is your salary?
What is my salary? My salary is in that ballpark. At the very low end of that ballpark.
I'll let you know what's going to happen. Schools are going to be contracted costs. They tell some more schools that those aren't going to have their own high school, their own elementary.
I'll answer that for you, sir. The school districts in California usually are separate from local government cities, and so the school district that you have in place right now, this incorporation should not change that, is generally how it works.
So basically, when Temecula started up, you guys contracted fire protection and police protection, but you found private companies to handle plan check, inspections. What prompted you to separate those two things? Because currently it's a county function.
What we did early on is we actually, the fire protection and police protection, that was one of the first decisions that our city council made, was to contract with Riverside County for those services. One area that I forgot to mention is the city of Temecula's contract with the fire department. We also have fire prevention services. So we do all of our fire plan checking, all of the inspectors that go out on the job sites. Those are all county fire employees. On the other side, we've got planning and building, and what we did is we hired a company. The company was Wilton at the time, and so we brought in some management level people from the private sector to really set up our processes, to figure out what the standards were. There was dialogue with the city council back and forth with the department heads that were contracted at that time with our goal of bringing those people in-house. And so some of our earliest employees who started, in 1990, were started off with low-end employees, and then the city ramped up, and we brought them on board, and then we had to be able to go forward from there. Thanks. Yes, sir.
What was the population of Temecula when it incorporated?
When I came to Temecula in 1991, it was about 28,000, 24,000, 28,000. Some of us, other people may have lived in the area when the city incorporated, but it was about 25,000 somewhere in that ballpark. The city of Temecula is approaching 100,000 people, and when we get the May statistics from the state Department of Finance, we may be real close to that 100,000 mark. Okay, that's, any questions?
Any other candidates? You can ask questions, candidates.
Not a question, but a comment. When you mentioned the city manager's salary, all that's included already in the CFA. It's already been accounted for. And the city manager, whatever the city manager will make, that has already been included in the CFA. It's already included in the budget, and still present Bolivar's fiscally liable.
I know, but the gentleman wanted to know how much is wrong. It's over 200,000.
No, it's not.
And what is it then?
Between 150 and 2. That's what he said.